Weather with Chief Meteorologist Gary Frank.
As we look at our national radar, here is all this snow. We've got another winter storm system into February, and this is one of our transitional months, but look at all this. We're talking about near a foot of snow in some places. My dad sent me a picture of a lot of that snow, and so did my aunt, and my goodness, it doesn't look any fun outside at all. And temperatures correlating to that as well. 19 degrees. How about 1, -7, and -12? A big pool of cold air. Now a little bit more to the western region. We're seeing a little bit of it drop down, and we're in the 60s. It's cooler than it has been. And speaking of cooler than it has been, 37 degrees is what we started on. Don from the foothills had his eye on weather in his backyard, County 15th and 3E near the orchards, and it was very cool. He also said there was some frost on his windshield. Currently, right now, we're seeing 63 in Welton. Anthony has his eye on weather, 65 degrees in Somerton. Thanks for that report, as well as 61 in Calexico. A very nice evening thus far. If you'd like to report the weather in your backyard, 13eyeonweather.com. You can also upload photos as well. As we see our current temperatures outside or in the overnight hours, rest of the area, 46 degrees is what we saw, even 43 in Yuma. I know I had some dew on my windshield. Right now, there are current temperatures in the low 60s throughout the area with our dew points in the 30s, and that's what's allowing some of that dew to be formed, as we're still not too dry, and our temps are getting closer to that number, especially in some localized areas. That's why we see just a little bit. Our moisture is still up in the 30 to 40% range, and we're seeing an east and southeast wind, which is typical of more of the monsoon season, but it's really bringing in perhaps a little bit of the moisture that we're seeing. For the most part, we're got a few clouds, in fact, high streaking clouds. Here's a live look outside in Yuma at some of those high clouds as the sun begins to set. Look at that shot. Those are some of the high cirrus clouds rushing in, and the further west you are, the brighter we're seeing. So even if you're outside right now, take a picture of this and send it my way. I would love to share it with you throughout the rest of the evening. Twitter, Facebook, or email, some of the ways to get a hold of me. Also, 13eyeonweather.com. You can post your photo and upload it there so that I can share it with everyone. Tomorrow, to begin our day, 45 with a north breeze of 5 miles per hour. Another cool morning, 65. 69 is what we'll finish at in Yuma. We'll see 46 to 64, flipping those numbers around before we ultimately finish at 68 degrees. Here's where the general flow has been. It's from the northwest, and that's something that has changed over the last several days, as we've seen most of our area just stay very high and dry. And as Precision Cast shows, we're going to see a steady stream of cloud cover really moving in from the north and northwest, and that'll just stick with us throughout the next several days. Temperature-wise, well, we're going to stay very near that as well, as water vapor imagery shows a storm system roll down. That's going to drop our temperatures just a couple of degrees, with the warmest air starting to build again just by Sunday. And as we look at the rodeo this weekend, 69, we'll put a caution just because the winds are going to be blowing and we got a lot of dust. But as far as the weather's concerned, it's going to be excellent outside. Here's the next 7 days throughout the area. It's going to be very nice, but we do warm up just ahead of that rodeo. A cool weekend for it, but we get 78 degrees on Tuesday in Imperial Valley as well. So enjoy the cool weather while it lasts. Steve and Manila.